If you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, the diet that worked for you when you were younger probably doesn't work for you as well anymore. Today, I'll show you how to eat for strength, energy, and longevity without having to eat perfectly all the time. And I'll share the biggest mistake that I see in clients over 50 and what really makes a difference between just getting older and aging well. As we age, metabolism naturally slows down, and muscle tissue or sarcopenia can accelerate. That's one of the main reasons why people feel weaker, gain more fat, and take a lot longer to recover from exercise or even illness. A big part of this is hormonal changes. After about the age of 50, several key hormones change. Testosterone declines in both men and women, and that can reduce both muscle strength and also bone density. Growth hormone and IGF-1 drop, making it harder to build and also repair tissue. Estrogen and progesterone fall with women after menopause, and that can affect bone health, energy, and fat distribution. Thyroid hormones may also slow down, reducing your metabolic rate. Insulin sensitivity decreases, meaning the body doesn't handle carbs as well as it did when you were 20. All of this creates a lower anabolic response, and the body doesn't use protein as effectively for muscle repair. So even if you eat the same diet as when you were younger, your body doesn't respond in the same way. That's why people over 50 actually need more protein and nutrients in general, not less. But many people start to eat less, smaller portions, skipping meals, or cutting calories too aggressively. That leads to fatigue, muscle loss, and slower metabolism. Everyone's metabolism is different. Some people stay lean their entire lives, other people slowly gain weight, and some people end up underweight and losing muscle. So the goal isn't just weight loss, it's better body composition, being stronger, and being overall healthier as you age. And the three main levers we can use to adjust are calorie restriction, dietary restriction, and time restriction. Calorie restriction, as the name suggests, it just means eating fewer calories, and this can help with weight loss if that's a goal, but only if protein and muscle mass are maintained. And if you're already slim or losing muscle, focusing on fueling your body properly rather than cutting back on calories is essential. For those with extra body fat or metabolic issues, short-term calorie restriction can help get you back on track as long as you're getting that protein up. Dietary restriction is about food quality and not depriving yourself of nutrients, reducing processed foods, sugars, and focusing on nutrient-dense meals. And for some people, that might mean a higher protein, lower carb diet. For others, it might be a low fat or a plant-based diet, or focusing on like a Mediterranean diet. Time restriction, this is where you're eating meals within a set window. Usually an overnight fast of 12 hours is ideal, but for some people, especially if you're trying to lose weight, extending it out to 14, 16, or even 18 hours can help with weight loss and insulin sensitivity. You want to focus on getting enough protein still, and you don't want to do this every day. Doing intermittent fasting 2 or 3 times a week at most is a better option. So whether you're trying to lose fat, gain muscle, or just feel stronger and healthier, these next 5 principles never change. Think of them as the foundations for every diet. Number one is energy balance. Both overeating and undereating can cause problems. And if you carry extra weight, having a gentle calorie deficit helps. But if you're underweight or losing muscle, making sure you're eating enough quality foods, especially protein, to help build muscle. The key is balance, enough food for energy and movement, but not so much that your body stores excess fat. Number two is metabolic health. This tells you more than the numbers on the scales. Even thin people can have poor metabolic health markers, so you want to track your fasting glucose, insulin, HbA1c, things like blood pressure and your cholesterol markers, especially apolipoprotein B, which is the best marker for cholesterol and heart risk. You can also check other markers like homocysteine, high sensitive C-reactive protein, and if these markers are heading in the wrong direction, the fix isn't just eating less, it's improving the quality of your diet, movement, sleep, and stress management. Principle number three is protein. After 50, your body doesn't use protein as efficiently, so you need more. Aim for around 1.4 grams to 1.8 grams per kilo of body weight, maybe more if you're very active. And you can focus on having this over 3 or even 4 meals a day. If you try and get 30 to 35 grams of protein with each meal, you shouldn't have problems reaching that target. One of my clients in her 60s had constant fatigue, couldn't build strength, and just generally felt weak. When I did a protein analysis, she was only getting around 50 grams a day. And we doubled that to 100 grams a day, which was just about what she needed. And she added in some resistance training, which she was struggling to do before. And she felt so much better within just a few weeks. Principle number 4 is your micronutrients. Absorption declines as we age, and many medications can deplete your nutrients as well. So pay attention to vitamins B12 for energy and nerves, vitamin D for bones and immunity, magnesium for sleep, blood sugar balance, zinc for your hormones and overall immune function, and omega-3s for brain and heart health. Calcium for bones, especially if you're post-menopause. And you can get most of these from food, but testing is the smartest way to know if you need supplements or not. And I'll mention how to do that at the end of the video. Principle number 5 is consistency. We're not aiming for perfection. And this is the secret to long-term success. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. So if 19 of your 21 main meals each week are based on real food, good quality protein, fiber, real ingredients, you're doing amazingly well. That leaves 2 flexible meals for celebrations, takeouts, having social occasions with friends, where you can eat whatever you like, guilt-free. And social connection is vitally important as we age. So sharing meals, birthdays, a glass of wine with friends is part of a healthy life. Common mistakes to avoid is too much fasting or skipping meals. If you only eat lunch and dinner, you may not get enough protein and calories overall and be nutrient deficient. This can lead to muscle loss and low energy. I keep saying this, but under-eating protein is the #1 cause of fatigue and muscle loss as we age. Relying on only walking for exercise. Walking is great, but you really want to add in some resistance training. This is super important as we age, and if you don't like going to a gym, it could just be some simple body weight exercises, resistance bands, or even some light dumbbells. And finally, don't worry about perfectionism. You should be able to eat out and enjoy time with family and friends without guilt. So after 50, food becomes your best medicine. Without a quality diet, many people end up relying on too many medications. Prioritize protein, fiber, nutrient-dense foods, stay consistent with movement, and remember you don't have to be perfect all the time. The goal is strength, good energy, good social connections, and not overly restrictive diets. And if you want to take this a step further, I recommend the Vibrant Wellness Micronutrient Test. This test measures a wide range of vitamins and minerals that your doctors don't check. It'll check vitamins A, D, E, and K, vitamins B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, folate, B12, as well as some amino acid markers. Most doctors are only checking the basics, maybe B12 and vitamin D if you're lucky. You can find a link to this test and more information about it in the description below. And let me know in the comments what's been the best diet for you as you've gotten older, or what's been the hardest thing that you've found as you've got older and focusing on a good diet. Leave a comment below, I'd love to hear.